Yeah, they are. A couple of days ago, I went out to the Apple store to check out the new products I released. And because it's gonna be a while until my next batch of videos come out, I thought, hey, why not just make an impressions video? You can think of it as a part 2 to my Apple event video if you want to. So let's begin with the iPhone 14 line. The main iPhone 14 is pretty lackluster, to be honest. Even though there are some cool new features, it was basically just an iPhone 13s, which was basically an iPhone 12s. The 14 Plus interested me though, not only because it's selling terribly, which is why they cancelled the mini, but also because of the battery life. As someone who has never owned a phone with actual good battery life, I find it insane that you can get up to 9 to 10 hours of battery life. I know most smartphones can do that now, but the fact that that's the standard is amazing. Other than that, the interior design getting changed was really cool, but obviously I can't just tear down a phone at a store, unless I work at the Genius Bar, where I'd probably break it. Other than that, the red looked really good, but let's move on to the iPhone 14 Pro. This was the one my family members were interested in, and obviously because, hey, it's the shiny new thing. It has the 3 cameras, it has the new thing, and it's the most expensive. When I first saw the phone in person, the new colors being space black and deep purple actually didn't interest me as much. They look like really good, but if I were to get the iPhone 14 Pro, I'd probably just get it in silver. It's clean, it won't show fingerprints as much, and gold is for the rich people. But I don't know. Everyone I know prefers the former colors, so maybe it's just me. Anyway, Dynamic Island. That's still a shitty name. Trying it out for the first time was so satisfying. It looks great, the animation is very smooth because of the 120Hz screen, and just like when gestures were added in the iPhone 10, you will love using it for a whole week, and then it just becomes second nature. Like, yeah, I can see the appeal, but it's just gonna be another notch for the average user. And the fact that next year, every iPhone is rumored to have Dynamic Island, it doesn't even feel that exclusive. Speaking of non-exclusive things, the always on display! Wow, how long did it take them to add this feature? I can't lie, it kinda fucking sucks. In like every review I watch, everyone complains that the screen is still way too bright when it's off. In my design technology class, where I made my Apple toothbrush holder, my classmate has a 14 Pro, and when I asked her about it, she said she turned it off because of how annoying it was. Also, it just killed battery life faster, according to a lot of people. Thankfully, there's now an update that makes it better, but again, always on display isn't that big of a feature. Anyway, that's everything for iPhone. Is it? Oh, yeah, the SE, no one cares. Anyways, let's talk briefly about iPads. I saw the M2 iPad Pro, and every time I see one of them, I get a flashback from 2015 to 2016, back when the first one came out. Because seeing the 12.9-inch iPad for the first time blew my mind. It was just so enormous. I didn't understand why they would make an iPad that big. And they still look big to me now because I have an iPad mini. And if you use an iPad mini for too long, every other iPad looks gigantic to you. I also tried out the keyboard accessory for the iPad Pro, and it actually feels really good. Along with that, I saw the $9 dongle iPad, which nobody should buy. Anyway, onto the Macs. The Mac Studio is way bigger than I thought it would be, and the Mac Mini is way smaller than I thought it would be. And although overpriced, the displays are really stunning to look at. I didn't really look at the new iMac because I don't like the design, as I've always seen the 2007 and 2021 iMac so iconic. I mean, the first ever iMac I saw was a 2008 model, and even though I was like 2-3 years old, it still grabbed my attention, along with the macOS Leopard that was running on it. Anyway, the MacBooks. Oh my god, I love these. This year, I've been heavily considering buying a MacBook, with the sole reason being video editing. Because to me, PCs are the perfect gaming, video recording, animating machine for me, while Macs are like productivity machines where you do editing, web browsing, and like writing on it. And because I want to make well-edited videos and have a most of the time reliable machine, I just want to pick Mac. One problem though, I'm broke, so it won't be until next year I'll probably get one. But let me tell you, these M1 Macs are amazing. The keyboard, trackpad, screen, all phenomenal, and the M2 Air is so beautiful. Even if you hate Apple, you have to admit they make products that look really good, and that's why people always want to come back to Apple to buy something. The M2 MacBook Pro wasn't present, probably because no one would buy it. Other than that, I did what any other person at the Apple store would do. Walked around, looked at promotional material, checked out some cases, looked at the colors, trying out some of the software, accidentally breaking one of the lightning ports and then quietly leaving. Overall, it was a fun experience, as it always would be at an Apple store. I'd always be so intrigued when going to an Apple store. I still have this great memory from 2013 where I played Angry Birds Star Wars on the iPhone 5C, because back then, that was what the newest iPhone was. And along with that, they still had iPods there. They had shuffles, nanos, everything. Anyway, that's it for the video. Be sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment, whatever. If you want to see more uploads from me, I also post a lot on my second channel as well, so I recommend going there. But yeah, that's it. My goal in life is to be a depressed worker at the Genius Bar in the Apple Store. Bye!